Hey, good evening. How y'all doing, man? This Tony C here. All right, man, I keep trying to make this video and keep having issues with getting it completed. But anyway, let me tell you. 2 Timothy, 1st chapter 7 says, God does not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So if God doesn't give us the spirit of fear, who gives us that? Who make us fearful? You know who? The enemy, Satan, the devil. All right. And so now I want to talk to you about how God uses people, even if they're full of fear. He uses folks. One person, case in point, was Gideon. You know, you heard the sword of Gideon, and God used him to use him and 300 Israelites to deliver them from captivity from the Midianites. They was in bondage for 7 years with the Midianites, and God used them. Used a fearful person, Gideon. All right. So what happened is the Israelites, they was complaining to God, praying and everything that they wanted to be delivered, because they was in captivity and all of that. So God sent a prophet to talk to them and let them know what was to come. And then he sent the angel of the Lord one day when Gideon and his father was out near an oak tree. They was pulling in wheat near a wine press. They were pulling it in to hide it pretty much from the Midianites. All right, so they can stash stuff away, so the Midianites couldn't take it from them. So the angel of the Lord requested that Gideon give him a present, and that's what Gideon did. He gave him a dressed up small kid, which was a calf, and then some unleavened bread, cakes, hot cakes, and then he brought it to him. So the angel of the Lord had him to separate and then pour out the broth from the small dressed up calf, and he took his staff and consumed it, from a rock. And so that made Gideon believe that, hey, he was really who he said he was. And later that night, he heard the voice of the Lord telling him to go and destroy the altar and the wooden grove where they was worshiping the Midianites gods, and he that's what he did. He took 10 of his servants, went there and destroyed it, and took the wooden grove and offered up a burnt sacrifice to the Lord on there. So that kind of ruffled a whole bunch of people's feathers, and they came to Gideon's father the next day and said, hey, send us him and everything. And Gideon's father said, well, if your God really be as strong and powerful who you say he is, then have him to kill him. And then after that day, his father started calling him Zerubbabel. And so later on, God had told Gideon, he was very pleased with him, and he told him that he wanted to use him to deliver them from captivity, from being bondsmen to the Midianites. And so Gideon had, he basically adhered to what God was saying, and then God told him that he wasn't going to use all of the children of Israel, because if he did use all of them, they would feel that they done it by their might and not by God. So now, remember, Gideon is a fearful guy. So So God had took him through a selection process in selecting his men. So he said, everybody who looked fearful, send them home. He send them on home, pack home. So now they had, still a good amount of people left. So God said, here, I want you to take them down to the water. And everybody who goes down and cuff their hands and drink from the water like dogs, and they lap their mouths and drink like dogs, I want you to put them on this side. And then the ones who kneel down, bend down, I want you to put them on that side. So he said, everybody who kneeled down, who bent down and everything, I want you to send them on home. Get them provisions, send them home. So that's what he did. He sent them home and everything. So he only had 300 people left. So how you think Gideon failed with him being fearful and only having 300 guys to go against thousands of Midianites, So anyway, the Lord told him, if you feel fearful, go down and listen. This before when they finna go into battle. He said, go down and listen to what one of the Midianites is saying. So they snuck down to the Midianites camp to listen. They was in the valley and everything, and it was plenty. It was a whole bunch of them there. So they went down and they listened. So one of the soldiers was telling another soldier that he had a dream that they was giving up into that they lost the battle, that they was given to the hands of Gideon. And so they went back and everything, and Gideon separated. So of course that gave them a whole bunch of courage now, because the Lord told him he was gonna give them that battle. And now they're having dreams that they finna lose the battle. So now Gideon separate them into threes, to 3 groups. So now it's 100 in each group. So Gideon have them to surround them. He give them pitchers and a trumpet, and he had them to sound the trumpet and the pitchers and stuff at his command and everything. And that made the Midianites believe that it was more of them than what it really was. So now, look at what Gideon, him being a fearful guy. See, God uses people, and so he sees the heart of people. He judges from the inside. That's what he told Samuel before, that don't look at the outer appearance of the man, because he judges from the inside. So just think about that. He judged from the inside to Gideon being a fearful guy. And God used him. He used him, being a fearful guy, to deliver the children of Israel from the Midianites with only 300 soldiers against thousands of Midianites in battle. So think about that. So it's more to the story, but I just wanted to talk about that, about fear and how God still uses people. So we don't know how God will use us, why God uses us, but he does. And he looks at the inside of us. He judges us from the inside, not the outside. All right? So hopefully that this video will help someone. Like, comment, subscribe, share, please, if you can. And I hope everybody have a lovely day. And remember, if God used Gideon being full of fear, he can use you for whatever problems that you're lacking with. He'll change it around. So y'all have a great day, great night, great evening, and stay blessed. Tony C out.